This is a crucial week for Brazilian President Michel Temer, as the country's superior electoral court begins the trial that could end his government. A decision could come as early as Thursday. The charges involve fraud in the funding of the Dilma Rousseff-Michel Temer 2014 re-election campaign and allegations they took illegal campaign donations. The 7 justices of the Electoral Court will vote based on a report by the leading judge. There is some anticipation here of a conviction, but the outcome, decided by a majority of 4, remains unpredictable. A guilty verdict could nullify the entire 2014 election, stripping Temer of his leadership. According to Brazil's constitution, a new president would be chosen by the National Congress if Michel Temer is forced out early. However, there are growing calls for direct elections to be held instead. The demand comes mainly from the same left-wing groups that opposed the impeachment of Dilma Rousseff, but there is also increasing pressure coming from other sectors of society. The Workers' Party sees direct elections as a chance to return Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva to power. Despite his own battle against corruption charges, the popular former president still leads in voter opinion polls.
For direct elections to happen now, the National Congress would need to pass an amendment changing the Brazilian Constitution. I don't think this is viable now, and I believe respecting the Constitution is a pillar of democracy and the rule of law.
Even if Temer clears this trial, he is still under investigation in the far-reaching car wash corruption probe and battling low approval ratings.
Temer has to leave somehow. Best thing would be if he resigned, but he won't. He'll do all he can to stay in power through 2018.
I think the less torturous path for Brazil would be Temer admitting he's not in conditions to govern anymore and resigning.
If he left, a door would be opened for Lula da Silva to return.
Brazil may be on the way to its second presidential crisis in a little over a year. And this political uncertainty is spilling into financial matters too, with analysts increasingly worried the country's recovery from recession could come to a grinding halt. Paulo Cabral, CGTN, São Paulo.